exposed, and this is why I'm so happy with RFK Jr. and the MAHA movement. But you take a look at this video and you guys tell me if you're feeling the same. You tell me if you're feeling the same.
The test for 5 because of Donald Trump. We had a meeting at the NIH that I went to with Robert Kennedy Jr. when he was first president. And we said, why in all of these can we not find a single placebo trial of any of the childhood vaccines? Are you not doing placebo trials and establishing safety the way every other drug is established? Or are you just not publishing those trials?
So for those that are not as familiar with a placebo trial, my understanding of it is that when they're testing a lot of these medicines, whether it's cancer, drugs, or other diseases, what they do is a placebo trial, which is, let's say they take 200 people. They'll say, hey, they'll tell everybody that they're giving them this treatment that they're studying, or they'll say, hey, we're giving certain people the treatment, whatever. But let's say that they're saying that they're giving everybody the treatment, but they only give you pills. Let's say if it was a pill, they give everybody pills, but some pills are the placebos where there's actually no medicine. So they're comparing those people to the people that actually get the medicine and seeing what their results are. So this gentleman is saying that they went and had a meeting with the NIH and they asked about, with a lot of these vaccines, are they going through this placebo trial? So let me back up a little bit, just so you now hopefully have a better understanding of it if you didn't, but check it out, y'all. Let me know.
In all of these, can we not find a single placebo trial of any of the childhood vaccines? Are you not doing placebo trials and establishing safety the way every other drug is established? Or are you just not publishing those trials? There was silence in the room, and finally Tony Fauci admitted, we don't do placebo trials on vaccines.
We don't do placebo trials on vaccines. That's what Anthony Fauci uncovered. Why would they not be doing placebo tests on these child vaccines? And this is why people are so scared of RFK Jr., because he's willing to challenge these things. Why does RFK Jr., why is he looked at as a kook, as extreme, as providing misinformation? And even I told you, I've had conversations with doctors that tell me that RFK Jr., they don't like him because he pushes misinformation. And it's like, it's one of these things where, let's say RFK Jr. has been wrong on something. If he's been wrong on something, okay, cool. Why is that an issue? Like, you have to make it okay for people to push the limits and challenge things. And if he's wrong on something, cool. But what about the other 95% of the things that he's been right on? What about the other things that he's challenged? What about the book that he wrote on Anthony Fauci and how he dealt with COVID? And Anthony Fauci didn't put a lawsuit against him. Anthony Fauci didn't come out and say that RFK Jr. was lying about anything in his book. A lot of these things that RFK Jr. is challenging, it's common sense. When it's like, okay, when you look at the autism rate, why was it 1 in 10,000? Now it's 1 in 36 of our children getting autism. Why are a lot of our kids, and this gentleman, I believe he's going to say, I did not even know this, that American children, like, we have one of the highest death rates of first day births or something like that. I did not know that. And it's one of these things where, once again, when things don't make sense, I have to question it. Why are we living in a country with some of the most advanced medicine, advanced healthcare, but then in certain instances, when it comes to our health, we are at the bottom? But then we'll get mad at an RFK Jr. for coming in. It's the same thing with the Board of Education. You can have all these systems in place that are not working. They're actually failing the American citizens. But when people come in and challenge those things, the American citizens, half of them, or a good amount of them, are the ones actually upset that, oh, you're dismantling this system, or why is RFK Jr. in this position? Are you not aware of that the system is failing us, and that these people are the only people with the courage to actually stand up and challenge these things that are failing us? And what's so funny about it is the people that are most upset, it's most of the time failing them, that particular system, it's failing them more than it's failing everybody else. Let's keep going.
Because it would be unethical. Unethical. So what does that mean? What does that mean for the safety of our babies and our children? A day one old baby is getting a product that we only cared to test for 5 days. Does a healthy child not deserve better than that? Because a cancer patient does. Our grandparents get products that are against placebo for years. Why are our babies not mattering? And by the way, America has the highest rate of first day baby deaths in the industrialized world.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And you know, as I'm listening to this, you know what's so funny? I hear a lot of people, and there's probably a lot of y'all that are listening that have an issue with, or Elon Musk he's just doing this to make more money. He's making $8 million a day. This is just something that I've seen. I don't know if that's true. Why are we so upset about Elon making money, right? Who's being extremely transparent about the things that they're finding, whatever. You may say he is, you may say he's not. Let's just put that on the back burner for a second. But why do we challenge Elon Musk and his involvement? And maybe it's a good thing to challenge Elon Musk, because the potential that he has, having all the money that he has, it could be potentially, it could become an oligarchy. Cool. It's cool to challenge that. But why did I not hear people challenging Anthony Fauci when he's the one that is giving us health advice during one of the greatest health crises of my lifetime, at least? You have the person that's telling you and recommending you to take certain medicine, who also receives royalties when you purchase that medicine, whether insurance is paying for it or you're paying for it. Think about that again. We'll call out Elon Musk and his involvement and say, oh, he's just doing it to put money in his pockets, the richest man in the world, right? Okay, cool. He wants more money. Okay, we get it. But nobody was calling out Anthony Fauci except RFK Jr. when it came to putting him on blast for he's literally selling a product to y'all, telling the country that everybody needs to go get vaccine. He already admitted that he made up this whole 6 feet distancing thing. Already admitted that he made that up. Pfizer already came out and admitted that, oh, well, we never tested for stopping the spread, even though that's what they were selling their product on. That's what I heard, at least. So here you have RFK Jr., who has the courage to call out Anthony Fauci at the time, to even expose him and say that, yo, this same guy that's telling y'all to take this particular jab, he actually gets money and royalties from certain companies when you actually take that jab. Don't y'all think that that's a conflict of interest? But why do we only call out the conflict of interest when it's Elon Musk and it's something that just we voted against, or it's the party that we don't like? But we won't even call it out when it's actually something that we're putting in our body that could be life or death. What Elon Musk is doing, I'm not saying that I don't know. Maybe y'all determine that as life and death. I don't really see it, but y'all can tell me. All I've heard mostly is that people are just saying that, well, Elon Musk is trying to line his pockets. I'm sure that some people will say, well, it is life and death because this connects to this and this connects to that. Cool. But we don't have to make all those connections when it comes to what Anthony Fauci was pushing. Literally, the product that he was selling. I used to sell medical device sales. That's like me jumping our medical devices. That's like me jumping on and saying, oh, yeah, you should use this product. It's the best product. Oh, yeah, and I also get paid when you use it. Anybody would look at that person as like, oh, well, clearly, you know, you're incentivized to be telling me that this is the best product because you make a lot of money if I use it. But why do we not use that same common sense when it came to Anthony Fauci? And why do we not appreciate a guy like RFK Jr. for being the one to expose it and having the courage to expose it? But instead, we'll just allow him to be called kooky by everybody and say that he has a brain worm.
Reported by CBS. Is that caused by hepatitis B? I don't know. Is it caused by bad hospitals? Are we a third world nation? Do we not know how to treat a day one old baby? Robert Kennedy Jr. is about to start having investigations into these horrible stats.
Who would oppose that? Like, who would hear what this gentleman just said and be upset with that? Let's take, okay, a lot of people say, oh, he's not qualified. And it's so funny how a lot of the people that say that RFK Jr. is not qualified, you're not even, most of the people that I talk to, they're not even aware of his background and why I believe that he's qualified, uniquely qualified. But those people are not even aware of his background. Who would listen to what we just heard and have an issue with it? I'm going to play one more RFK video for you guys. You guys tell me what your thoughts are.